Hi guys, welcome back. We're back with another video. All right, so in today's video, we're gonna be looking at some trades that we took, and a couple of trades that I've also sent out in the public channel. If you're not part of that, do find the link in the description below. Right. So the first pair that we're gonna look at is Euro JPY. I did send this as a free signal yesterday in our free Telegram channel. So I'm going to be explaining the reasons why I took this trade. At the same time, I also sent this trade to my VIP, as you can see right here. And I also sent it out to the free Telegram channel. All right. But before we go anyway, we haven't taken much trades this year. The first trade that I've taken, as you can see, was on the 5th. And that was CHF JPY. And I'm going to be taking you through that one. So the reasons why I took this trade was I had already identified a peak. All right, I'm going to show you all this on the chart. And as you can see, I had entered a sell right there with the stop loss just above that area, right? As I had identified a peak formation, intraday peak formation in our lower time frames. And I was targeting this area at the 800 EMA, right? But that trade didn't go well. All right, that trade hit SL. As you can see on CHF JPY, it definitely went over and hit SL, right? But this is one of the reasons why I'm always saying there's no reasons or reason for you to overtrade, right? If you have a losing trade, right? As you can see, this was the only. Oh, and I also had AUD JPY, but this was on my watch list. That didn't go, you know, well, because I did not get the confirmation I needed. So as you can see, we never really executed that trade. And if we can check what happened on that one, on AUD JPY, if we actually did sell at that time, what we can see is it wasn't gonna, play out well, because it ended up, extending that high with 3 more levels. So that happens a lot, right? If you identify level 3, sometimes the dealer will extend the level. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3. So now that we have, 3 levels of rise, we can start looking for shorts on AUD JPY. But I just don't like the market structure on this. So that's the reason why I did not trade this. Right. So obviously, fine. We took a loss on that, and then the next day, which was yesterday, we took a trade on Euro JPY. All right, as you can see, right here, and I'm going to explain the reasons why I took this trade, as I still have this trade running. Right, still in this trade, and we are managing this trade. All right, so if we look at the 4-hour time frame, right, not really a lot going on. One thing that you should be able to identify is we have the EMAs fanning out, so that's level 3 behavior, and this has been going up for a while now. All right, as you can see, the yen has just been, doing its own thing, right? And that is because of this W formation in the weekly time frame, this peak formation below the 50 EMA. So basically, this has been going up for the whole year, if you can look at it. So for the year 2025, the yen has just been on the rise. All right, so looking at this, I saw the EMAs fanned out, and looking at structure as well. Because when I got to my terminal, before I executed, I even, sent this in my public channel. As you can see, JPY pairs, I had peak, keep an eye on it, and take advantage of the move. I would look for shorts. So this, yeah, I had already, I had my eyes on this already. And that's one of that's why as a trader you need to be patient, right? You need to be patient as a trader, to just wait for confirmation, right, instead of just jumping in. So already I had my eyes on the JPY. So just by looking at structure, very simple, right? One thing you can see, as this was moving up, right, we kept getting consecutive higher highs, right? Meaning this was in a clear up phase, right? This was moving up to the upside, right? And then one thing we can identify is the market failed to give us a higher high, right? Continued to fail, right? So we were in a clear down phase. And one thing I liked was we had this move which went and broke structure, right? So we had structure being broken to the downside, right at this point, right? Structure being broken, and we had the pullback, right? So this pullback is the reason why I entered this trade on Euro JPY. As you can see from this area, right, what we can identify if we are going to, look at it from level counts, one thing we can tell is from this peak, right, we had level one into a consolidation, another pushed down. So that was basically level two levels of drop. So it was still in line, and structure wise, we had a break of structure to the downside. So after the peak was set, we had the 1350 crossover, and we also had the 50 and 200 crossover, right? So the pullback right here was what we needed. So there we go. We also had an order block at this area. So looking at it from our M15 time frame, as you can see, we had a very big information, above that 200 EMA, right there. And that was the reason behind, for those who still ask if BTMM, you know, still works, it does, and it will forever work, right? No matter what happens. Right, these things have been happening in the market and they will continue happening. I mean, it's a new year. The dealers are already throwing those M's and W's all over the place. So yes, with their information closed below 13, and that was our entry. So currently, right now, we are floating at about 66 pips. So this is the same trade that I also sent out as a free signal, as you can see in our public channel. And I also sent it out as a signal in our VIP. So that was one of the freebies I gave you guys this week, right? Fine. So that was Euro JPY, and I am targeting on Euro JPY. I'm targeting this area, just below the 200 EMA, right here, right, just right here. That's where I'm targeting, and I am the TP right there's over 135 pips. All right. So remember, I also took a trade on CHF JPY, right? And same thing, right? If we don't really look at a lot, same structure or same model, break of structure away from the peak, the dealer has now stopped, or rather the market has, is failing to give us higher highs, right? As you can see, failing to break these highs. Finally, giving us a break of structure, a pullback. If we go to the M15, this pullback happened above the 200 EMA, and that is where we entered the trade. And currently, CHF JPY is floating over 100 pips plus. So I am also targeting this area right at the 800 EMA, and that will be over 200 pips. Right, so very simple, guys. Very simple structures, one trade at a time. Right, there's no need for you to have a trading history. That is just too much in one day. Right, we all know where that leads to, the blowing of an account. All right, so very simple trade so far as we start off the year. Right, no rush, straightforward, and I'm just following my rules as always. So that's basically what has been happening in the VIP. And today, I actually took a trade on Euro NZD, and that's still playing out basically, as you can see. So we'll see how that one goes, right? We'll see. Oh, already looks good, right? Just had my stop just above this area, right? If we look at it from the H1 time frame, what we have is very simple. All right, what we have is very simple, just a trap above this 13 EMA. So we'll see how that one goes, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. And on this one, I am targeting this area, the 800 as well, and this 200 pips, right? And the reasons why, I took this trade was very simple. When we had this drop, right, I think the daily would look better. So as you can see, from this high to this low, before we had, this reversal, if you take our fib and plot it down to the low, right, as you can see, price just made its way above that 50% fib level, right? And we also have this flip zone right here. So very good, moving away from that. So that is the reason why I want this to continue shorting, right? As my target is just below this area, I will also, look to take some partials when price reaches this area, right? Just this low right here, right? I'll take some partials, and as I wait for this to get to our TP area, right? And the reason why I said that, because I also looked at Euro USD, right? I always like looking at these major pairs, so that I can get an understanding of what's happening, right? Doesn't mean like it's always going to move in one direction, because of fractional disparity, but it's always good to know what's happening. So what we have here is very simple. We were trading Euro USD a lot last year, if you remember, but this is the H4. That's 1 week of rise, another week of rise, and we had the last push, which was extended, but that was all level 3. So yeah, I also want to see this push all the way down. As you can see, we had this reset right here, right, or safety trade rather. So I'd want to see that continue moving down, at least if we can take it down to this 800, if price does not end up just reversing on us right there. Right, guys, so that's it. I hope you guys learned something from this video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment. Till next time.